Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. In this video, I'm going to be ranking 20 albums that are some of the best-selling albums of all time that I actually owned, at least at some point. So, there's some popular albums that I never bought, so I'm not including those. And I'm also not including soundtracks or compilations. These are just studio albums ranked. And all of these sold from, I think, over 30 million copies to over 40 million. And I'm going to show you the 20. And by the way, I did not include the Beatles. Two that made the list were Sgt. Pepper and Abbey Road. Everyone knows I would rank them at the top, so I've just left those out. But the ones I've included, and like I said, I did own, some of these I still own, like Wish You Were Here. But there's other ones. I'll let you know as we go through this. I still have The Dark Side of the Moon. I actually bought Metallica. I've actually, through the years, bought 3 or 4 of their albums, but just never kept them for long. Alanis Morissette I had. Of course, I have Led Zeppelin 4. Michael Jackson Bad I had bought on vinyl back in the day. Nirvana I don't have anymore, but I used to. Pink Floyd The Wall, I don't have that anymore because, well, you'll see when we do the rankings. I'll talk about it a bit more. Yes, I used to own the Eagles, Hotel California on vinyl. Dire Straits I used to have on vinyl and CD. Michael Jackson's Thriller I had on vinyl. Bad Out of Hell I used to own on vinyl. Bought it when it came out. American Idiot I had on CD. Bruce Springsteen I had on vinyl, Born in the USA. Boston I had on vinyl when I bought it, the year it came out. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. I need to get Simon and Garfunkel back on CD. I did have them on vinyl and years ago on CD. The Joshua Tree, don't own anymore. Purple Rain I used to have on vinyl. Fleetwood Mac Rumors I used to have on vinyl and CD. AC/DC Back in Black I still have on CD. So here we go. So I've ranked those 20 albums from my least favorite to my favorite. And let me know in the comment section below what are your favorites or least favorites. So number 20, Hotel California. It's just, they're definitely great songwriters. The songs are catchy. I love Joe Walsh, his solo career. But it's just, I'm just not a fan of the Eagles. Their music just for me personally, it just bores me. It's too perfect. Just not a fan. Number 19, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. I don't know. It's the kind of album that do I like this or do I hate this? Even when I had it, and I'm still not sure. But it certainly was a very popular album. Number 18. Yeah, when this came out, I bought it on vinyl, and I did enjoy it. It's just through the years I lost interest. That was the only Meatloaf album I ever bought, by the way. And I just After, a couple of years, I just kind of lost interest in it, and I'm just not a fan of meatloaf. Although I love eating meatloaf. Number 17, Metallica. Yeah, I bought that the year it came out, and I enjoyed it, but once again, it's not an album that I would play. It's kind of similar to, I guess, the AC/DC albums I still have on CD that I never play, even though, they're very good albums. Number 16, Brothers in Arms. I love, love, love the title song, Brothers in Arms. And there's a couple of other songs that I enjoy on the album, but overall, just not that big of a fan these days. Number 15. Yeah, I bought this, I think it was on CD. And, I was actually pretty impressed with it. It's the only Green Day album I ever bought. So I had it in my collection for a couple of years until I kind of moved on from it. But I thought it was a very good album. So that's number 15. Number 14. Yep. I used to buy Bruce Springsteen albums on vinyl and CD. My favorite is Tunnel of Love, which I still need to get on CD again. Born in the USA was good. I enjoyed it. I think I liked some of his other albums more, though. And I got kind of tired of it pretty quickly. But still, a good album. Number 13. Purple Rain. I'm sure a lot of you might have this higher in your ranking. Very good album. Great guitarist. Just a great talent. And that's not the only Prince album I bought. Back in the day, I used to buy, I think I bought probably 4 or 5 of his albums. I think my favorite was his follow-up, what is it called? Around the World in 80 Days, I believe. Number 12. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Once again, it's in my CD collection. I don't think I played this. It's a great album, but I don't think I played it in the last 2-3 years. Number 11. Boston, great album. Once again, I bought that the year it came out. Yeah, it's a great album, but I don't have it in my collection because I know if I bought it, I would never play it. I heard it a lot back in the day. So here is the top 10. Nirvana. Never mind. Yeah, the only reason I don't have any Nirvana in my collection, I just remember the memory of going to the local store with my son and seeing the headline in the newspaper. I think my son saw it first. Kurt Cobain dead, right? And it was just so sad and depressing. Plus, my son, I think, was a fan of the band too back then. And I don't know. It's just hard for me to listen to these days. Number 9, but great album. Number 9. AC/DC, Back in Black, which I still have. And I never play it. I don't think I've played the album in 4 or 5 years. But, I know it very well. It's a great album, and it's number 9. Number 8, Pink Floyd, The Wall. Yeah, It's funny, I don't have that in my collection, but I have Wish You Were Here, which is ranked lower. But once again, I did have that on CD and vinyl, of course. And I think, I don't know, I just never totally got into it. Just maybe, I think I loved about two-thirds of the album, and the other third, it was just kind of so-so. Number 7. Pink. Michael Jackson, Thriller. Yeah. Who didn't have that album back in the day? And it's a great album, of course. A couple of weak songs on it, including the Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney. But some of this, especially Want to Be Starting Something, which I think is probably my favorite on the album. And Beat It, of course. And Thriller. And overall, a great album. And it sold a few copies. Number 6. Yep, The Joshua Tree. As some of you know, I used to be a huge U2 fan, and so I remember buying that on vinyl, and then of course later on CD. And it's never been my favorite U2 album. It's one of those, once again, one of those albums that I grew tired of pretty quickly, unlike some of their other albums like The Unforgettable Fire and Octung Baby. But still a very good album. Number 6. Top 5. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I thought Bad was a better album than Thriller. And I don't have it in my collection, of course, but I wouldn't mind it in my collection. Same with Thriller. But I did, like I said, I did have it on vinyl. The Way You Make Me Feel is probably my favorite song on that album. Number 4. Who, like Glenn Kellaway recently said in one of his videos, he doesn't know anyone who dislikes Rumors. They might dislike some other Fleetwood Mac albums. I actually prefer Tusk to Rumors, but it's one of the best sounding albums, one of the best produced albums, along with Supertramp's Crime of the Century. It would make your stereo system sound like a $50,000 stereo system. So, and every song is excellent on it. So it is number 4. Number 3. The Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, I wouldn't say I play it a lot these days, but if I did play it, I wouldn't be bored with it. I still find it interesting to listen to. And it's definitely one of the best albums of all time in my books. Number 2. Yeah, this was almost number 1. I sometimes think it's not talked about enough. Of course, there's the song Bridge Over Troubled Water, but The Only Living Boy in New York City. I mean, no, The Only Living Boy in New York, that's it. And The Boxer, of course. I just think it's a excellent album. Number 1. I'm trying to remember what number 1 was. Let me see here. It is... No way. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 4. Once again, not Not my favorite Led Zeppelin album. Physical Graffiti and Led Zeppelin 1 are my two favorites, but still a incredible album. Not a weak second on the album. And like I said, out of the top selling albums that I at least at some point owned, Led Zeppelin 4 is my number one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.